You know the feeling. You're watching a movie, a character whispers something critical, and it's totally buried under the music and explosions. So naturally, you grab the remote. You crank up the volume to catch the line, and then the action scene hits and nearly blasts you through the wall. I was trapped in this cycle for years, actually, constantly riding the volume control and feeling like I was missing half the story. It just wrecks the overall experience and pulls you right out of the movie. I finally decided to step up my game and was like, enough is enough. And that sent me on a mission to find an actual solution. It was a journey that led me to a center speaker with other dedicated speakers in the home theater environment. That totally changed my home theater experience. And today, I'm just going to tell you all about it.
Each of us lives dependent and bound by our individual knowledge and our awareness. All that is what we call reality. However, both knowledge and awareness are equivocal. One's reality might be another's illusion. We all live inside our own fantasies.
You see, the problem is one of the biggest complaints in home theater world is you just can't understand the dialogue. You spend all this money on a great TV and a killer sound system, but you can't make out what anyone's saying. And it's gotten so much worse with modern blockbusters and their crazy dynamic sound mixes. 1 second you have mumbled dialogue, the next a skyscraper is leveling the city. It's a constant battle with the volume remote. Believe me, I tried everything. I messed with my receiver's EQ settings, I boosted the center channel's levels, I even turned on all of the dialogue enhancement modes. And sure, some of that helped a little, but it never really fixed the issue. The dialogue still sounded muddy and disconnected. I realized that the software tricks can only go so far. The problem wasn't my settings, it was the speaker itself. The heart of your movie experience, the speaker that handles almost all the dialogue, is the center channel. And mine just wasn't up to the task. So I started hunting for a center speaker that was built from the ground up specifically for clarity. After weeks of research, one name kept popping up, definitely in my recommendations, and the brand was KEF and their Q250C. Previously, I came from a Nakimichi soundbar surround sound system. So, the KEF Q250C is the hero of this story. Right out of the box, you can tell it's solid and well made, but the real magic here is the tech inside. The most important feature is KEF's signature Uni-Q driver array. You can see it right in the middle. The tweeter isn't separate. It sits right in the center of the mid-range cone. This design means the sound comes from a single point, just like a real person's voice. The result is a much more detailed and natural sound that spreads evenly across the room. That means you get crystal clear dialogue whether you're sitting dead center or way off to the side. It creates a huge sweet spot so everyone on the couch gets the same awesome experience. Now, instead of a typical port on the back, the speaker uses two passive bass radiators. This is a huge win for placement. You can put it inside a cabinet or push it close to a wall without worrying about the bass getting all boomy and muddy, which is a common issue with ported speakers. KEF's design, however, gives you a much cleaner, punchier bass performance even when you crank it up. Now, the setup of this was a breeze. I just swapped out my old center channel stand with a new one, and I ran the cords directly to my receivers. Did my soft calibration, and then I put on a movie. Wanted to test some dialogue, and a movie that was really difficult to hear. One of the things that stand out is the Christopher Nolan movies, the Batman trilogy, actually. And that was the aha moment. The difference was instant, and honestly, it was staggering. The voices were more crispier, clear, and it felt like they were coming right from the actors on the screen. Every word was perfectly clear and balanced with the rest of the soundtrack. For the first time, I could set the volume at the start of a movie and just leave it alone. Quiet conversations were perfectly audible, and the big action scenes had impact without being too painful. It didn't make the dialogue easier to understand, it made the whole movie feel more immersive. Now, this particular upgrade transformed my entire system. It was the final piece of my home theater puzzle, and if you're dealing with the same frustration that I was, I really can't recommend the KEF Q250C enough. It's the speaker that finally fixed movie dialogue for me, and it's quite affordable. Now remember, the speaker is just one part of the puzzle. Getting the placement right and then calibrating your room is still super important for the best possible sound. But starting with a high quality speaker that's designed for clarity makes all the difference in the world. What are your biggest home theater audio headaches? Let me know down in the comments. I would love to hear what you've been dealing with. For a conclusion, the KEF Q250C solved the single biggest issue in my home theater. Its Uni-Q driver technology delivers incredible vocal clarity and creates a massive sweet spot for listening. While its bass is clean and tight, you have to keep in mind that it's not a subwoofer. You'll still want a dedicated sub for that deep movie theater rumble. But its main job, making the dialogue sound clear and natural, is an absolute champion. It blends in perfectly with the other speakers in my environment, and its design makes it an easy to place that matches with the aesthetics or the existing furniture in your space. If you're tired of rewinding to catch important lines and you just want to stop fighting with your volume remote, this is a speaker that is a total game changer. Thank you for watching.